How was it from your view as like a captain on the team with how the team performed out?
It was fun. It was fun to finally be out there, because I think we only had a day of full pads before that. So obviously I'm not involved with that, but I mean to have the O-line and Rhino and the running backs, feel some contact, to see because in practice everything's stud. So as soon as they tag off, the play is dead. So it was good to see the play extend a little bit and to see how some plays will play out being live. And it was good because there's such an age difference between the older guys and the younger guys. So for the older guys, kind of sit back and watch the younger guys and learn and help coach them, it was good to see.
Coach talked about a little separation that he's seen, if it be the quarterback battle, running backs, people starting to separate themselves. As you head into the second week, what are you seeing from the quarterback position as far as these battles are concerned?
You just got to keep pushing yourself every day. From day 1 to day 2, there has to be a jump, mentally and physically on the field. And then from day 1 to day 6, there has to be a jump. Every day you have to get better and better because I think as of right now, there's 15 days we will be traveling to Ohio. So for me to hear that this morning, it was very eye-opening. Time is flying. Camp is coming close to an end, and the season's right around the corner, so I'm excited and just continue to push myself every day.
So with these last 15 days, what's kind of on your mindset? What are you trying to improve on, or what do you think is on the team's mindset? Just things that you guys need to fix before heading to Ohio?
The tiniest details, with base stuff, even with all that, going back to what we did day 1 install, continuing to be good with that and to continue to do that later on down the line. You don't want to install something day 1 and then forget about it day 15. You got to keep doing it, keep pushing yourself every day. Worry about the small details, and it'll all pay off then.
What do you see from the offensive line in the first scrimmage, and do you think this year's group is better prepared to? I mean, Dakota's out. You know what I mean? Like to be able to handle a full season.
It's different, because last year with camp it was, like a COVID camp. I'll call it. Like it was, nothing was the same. The vibes were off. The meetings were different. So to be able to have that this year makes a huge difference, especially with that group being able to come together. And like I said before, with the younger guys and older guys, like there's a lot of people here, so there's a lot of depth and a lot of guys that can get better and be able to step in if need be, because ultimately that's the name of the game. You got to stay healthy, so that helps.
Where do you see growth in pass protection? Anyone in particular jumping out to you as having made some strides?
I can't say anyone in particular because they're a group. They work as one. If one person messes up, it's on the whole group. But to be able to have the guys come back, like to have Aaron Service come back again to help teach the younger guys, and just another year of play under those guys like Bergeron and Carlos and Service, like those guys that have been there before, to have an extra year under that and still have years to play ahead, that extra year of playing makes a difference.
Sure. Bergeron said communication he thought was an area they really got better at. Sure, you're hearing what they're seeing when they're looking at the defense. Like, do you see that? And as you go through team periods, are they maybe prepared for what's coming more often than last year?
The communication is a lot better, I'll tell you that. The only reason I'm laughing is because I live with Bergeron. And, we always mess around all the time about the Canadian-English barrier, and he likes to play around all the time. But it's come up in the past, but the communication across the board has been good between the quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and O-line.
Okay.
Tony, have you seen the way Coach Favors has attacked this year from a coaching standpoint? Is there anything different in these last 4 years that you've been here compared to this year?
No doubt. I mean, attention to the smallest details. Not saying that he wasn't before, but just harping on it more. Doesn't just get on the players, he gets on the coaches and the training staff as well. It's not just us. We're a whole team. We're a whole family here at Syracuse, and that's how it needs to be. It can't be the team is doing well and the training room slacking off or the weight room slacking off. Like, it needs to be everybody. Everybody needs to be all in, and that's where we're at right now. We need to keep building on it.
How about your relationship with Coach Gilbert, being another year under the belt with him? How have you become more familiarized with this offense under him?
Right, it's grown tremendously because when he first got here, we only had 3 practices in spring ball and then got thrown right into the season. So we weren't able to really build the greatest relationship based off of the whole COVID thing because everything was via Zoom and all that other stuff. So to be able to have a spring ball and a full camp and all the summer workouts, to be able to grow and learn and understand what he sees and what he likes and what I see and what I like and everyone else in the room. That's how you build chemistry, and it takes reps and reps and reps, so to be able to have that time helps.
Dino said we're going to see some different stuff on offense this year, and every coach wants to have the element of surprise, but, I mean, how now that you've gone through most of camp, like, how different is it? Is it just wrinkles, or do you think, it's going to be, I guess, more significant than that?
I would say both. That's a very gray statement. Okay. I know Coach doesn't like saying gray, but there's wrinkles in a lot, and there's some things that are brand new, and there's some things that are we've done since their staff first came in 2016 or 17, whenever that was.
So you feel like you have more flexibility than ever based on personnel and you know, I guess, match up week to week to do different things?
Well, no doubt, yeah. We have a lot of guys. Like I said, like this is the biggest roster I think ever. I mean, I'm sure that's the same way at every school.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
to have so many weapons and so many different people on the team, and to be able to use certain people in different ways, you know, is really like a big Swiss Army knife.
You talked about you only have 15 days before you go to Bust, Ohio. What do you try and take in and day out? What are you trying to relay to these younger guys to get them ready to say, hey, fellas, the season's 2 weeks away before you know it?
I'm just going to tell them how it was when I was a freshman. You know, camp flies. It flies and you don't realize it because every day is like Groundhog Day in the sense of just you wake up, meetings, practice, film, workouts, da-da-da, that whole deal. So really to just enjoy the process, you know, because for me, I'm like, wow, I just blinked my eyes and I've been here this long already. It's crazy to me. So to tell them to just enjoy it, you know, pay attention to the film room and learn from the other guys' mistakes, because if you're a young guy and you're watching older guys, if they make a mistake, you want to be that kid where the coaches know, like, okay, he learned from an older kid's mistake just by sitting back. So imagine when he's in there and he makes a mistake, he's going to be on a day one. So that's something good, and that's something that I try to harp on them and just keep helping them stay encouraged.
All right, thanks, Tommy.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.